but you need to play something that your computer can run. So you have to figure out why your computer is lagging on playback. Is it just, really high data rates from your camera, or are you using are you filming in RAW sort of thing, or are you filming with a camera that has a very compressed codec? Either one, you have to figure out what is making it. What do you mean by reduce? What are we reducing? What would you be reducing? Speed? I didn't even talk about the I didn't talk about the offset. Let's just hope no one ever needs that. So there's two different workflows. I don't know what the heck this is on my thumb, but you can do proxy, and then with the new proxy mode, you can use an external program to make all your proxy files if you want, and change the codec, change the resolution, and all of that. So in DaVinci Resolve, you have the ability to do proxy, and then you also have optimized media. But the whole goal, and I don't think a lot of people understood this, because I've seen a lot of YouTubers bashing optimized media. But the whole goal is to make content that is easier for your system to process. If you leave everything by default, you're going to make bigger files than what your camera typically is using. So you have to change the codec to something that your computer can reasonably handle. I think that's where a lot of the people that made those videos are running into issues. But yeah, there's a whole new proxy workflow. Hold on a second, let me just make sure that. All right, so there's a whole new proxy workflow. You click on here, and then you have the proxy, and you can link as well, and that's where you can switch between the two. So you can link if you use an external program to make all your proxy files. Like if you have an ingest system that brings in the full file, but then while it's bringing it in, it also creates a proxy for you. In DaVinci Resolve now, you can link both of those. Does that make sense? I'm gonna have to like cut this off my finger. I don't know what the heck is on there. All right, let's get back to it.
So there we go. Now we can see that whole waveform and then properly key up all of our sound, or all of our animations to our sounds. That's pretty much how you have audio there. But there are a couple things I want you to be aware of. If I was to add on a different audio track or move this audio track, so I could see
this was something else that I thought was super weird. All the audio in Fusion is cached, so it doesn't matter what you do on the edit page, it never updates in Fusion unless you manually update it. And there's nothing that monitors if there's a change.
So what I want to do to just show you how this works is I'm just going to have the loud part going all the way across here, right? So this is all just really loud. It starts off loud, there's a little pause here, and it's loud. Now if I go back over into Fusion,
same audio. Maybe I should turn off my head or the speakers, but it's the same exact audio, and that's not really good. If I was to come back over and let's say we completely remove it and go back in, we still have that audio. So this is something to keep in mind because we still have that audio. So this is something to keep in mind. So this is something to keep in mind. This is something. Keep in mind. This is something keep something keep in so this is something keep in mind something keep in mind because so this is something keep in mind because you might go in and say, okay, I can't do my motion graphics to this. Let's pop in a different thing, and then all of a sudden it's not working. Or you might be working on a collaborative project and someone might have changed the audio here, but there's nothing to show that here, but here there's nothing to audio here, but there's nothing to show that it's changed on the Fusion page, which is, I feel like, kind of weird and maybe an oversight. So and maybe an oversight and maybe an oversight and maybe an oversight. So how would you fix it? Because here we have completely different audio than what we have represented in here. And that's where this audio cache is. All you have to do is click it, and then if we look at this now, it's going to have that new audio in there. Audio. And have that new audio in there that we can now listen to and work with. So that's just something that I noticed. There isn't any type of like watchdog that will see if the audio track